So it's that time of year again, you're getting ready to take your sleds up north. I just thought I'd take a few minutes to go over some interesting necessities that you should have with your tow vehicle. So stick with me and I'll show you some basic stuff. So first of all, you have to have good snow tires on your vehicle. Whether it's a truck, whether it's a pickup truck, whether it's a SUV, car. Up here in Canada, it's not mandatory. In Quebec it is, but in Ontario it's not mandatory to have snow tires. But this year I went out on a limb and I did buy snow tires after using all-season tires for several years. All-season tires just don't have the same soft compound as winter tires do, and they don't stick to the ice. So take a look at the tread. You can see that there's multiple tread patterns on this tire. This is a Firestone tire. It's a mid-range tire, about 250 bucks installed. But you can see that the compound even looks softer than an all-season tire. And when you get winter tires, they actually have like a designation. It's a mountain peak on the tire itself. For you people that don't understand or know that. You can see it right there in the center of the screen. So, not a necessity, but definitely when you get on the hard-packed snow on the highways and the back roads, because when you get up here in Canada, you're getting into some pretty remote locations, and they don't plow and salt and sand the roads every day like they do in the city. So consider good snow tires. Okay, so I got a few things in the back of the truck I want to show you, and like I said, I've used every single one of these items to help myself when I've ended up getting up north, getting stuck, dead battery, all kinds of things. So take a look, I'll show you. You can see I've got a bunch of stuff here. Now if you're driving a smaller vehicle, obviously this is going to take up some space, but of course you've got the trailer. You can put some of this in your snowmobile trailer. You're going to have a jack usually in your vehicle. Make sure you've got the proper size wrench or socket to fix your trailer tire as well, and your vehicle. You've got, I always like to take spare gas, whether it's a gallon of gas or 5 gallons, even just an empty container, so you can siphon some of your gas out of your snowmobile and put it in your vehicle or right in the tank. You should always have some spare gas. You could go for, geez, I don't know, 400 miles up north before you see a gas station. A tow rope, a tow cable, a tow chain, anything that you can have minimum 30 feet, that is a necessity. Because your buddy, you get up to the cottage and you're going to get stuck on the hill. You've been driving for 4 or 5 hours, you're not thinking about it. You might get stuck, your buddy can come along and just bump you out. You know, even on a flat spot, if it's icy, you might get stuck. A rag's good to have to wipe your hands. I always like to try and stay clean when you're working on vehicles. Good jumper cables. Jumper cables are a necessity. When it's minus 40 degrees Celsius, you're going to need a boost. A lot of the times, your vehicle just won't start. If you got to get going early in the morning, you're going to need those. Even a nice little, if you're at the cottage, a little battery charger is handy to have as well. You can just put it on a trickle. Flashlight's good to have. This is a head mount one that you put on your hat. Make sure the batteries are charged before you head out, or I mean new batteries. Tools, wrenches, screwdrivers, hammer, socket set, anything just to get you, in case of an emergency, get you out of a tight spot. Gloves, of course, you're going to need a pair of gloves and a good old toque. When you get out of the truck after driving for a while and you're stuck, your ears will freeze right off. It's minus 40, minus 30. Make sure you have a good hat, not a baseball cap. It's got to be a toque, something that's going to cover your ears, and a Roots hat's a good one to have. Cell phone, of course. Not this old Samsung, but hopefully something newer. But a cell phone, keep it good and charged. Snow brush, of course, and a salt sand mix is really good to have. Salt's not really that good. I just happen to have that for display. But a sand salt mix is good. If you're just sitting on the snow and you're slipping, a little bit of that will help you get out of that spot. Yeah, this is a must-have. These are things you need. A shovel, you got to have a shovel. There you go. must-haves for going up north, snowmobiling, towing a vehicle, even just every day up north. Alright, so hopefully we see you on the trails up north. We'll be heading out within the next couple weeks. Hopefully in the new year. The trails are starting to open, like I said, but hopefully there'll be some good loops that we can hit. But right now it's pretty mild, plus 11 tomorrow Celsius. So it's some strange weather happening again this year. Up until then, Mark Bow.